And then I did the PGD.
You did the PGD.
And then I did the MBA.
You did the MBA.
And then I did the MPhil.
You did the MPhil.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I've been in Nelspruit
For a decade.
No, I also did BLP, Board Leadership
Board
Program.
Leadership Program.
Yes, I did with GIBS.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No. GIBS must give you some long service award, something.
I need GIBS, please. I need long service award. Okay, Kupela Bazaar.
You can do your PhD, your DBA there.
Yes.
No. Do something. Morris, someone. Yeah.
It's night to live. It's night to live. It's night to live. It's night to live.
Not gonna.
You won't jump in there in the beginning, right?
There's no CFOs that are not earning 2 million.
That's true. That's very true. And sad, but true. CFOs of big institutions.
There are your like senior managers in other industries that are earning more money than CFO.
Of course.
In another.
No, of course. There's and I don't know if you did this in your class. There were people that came from ATNS, which is the Air Traffic National HDS.
Yeah.
Those air traffic controllers earn more than the people on Exco. Because their job is so specialized, it's so stressful.
Complex.
Yes. So, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay. Anyway.
That's that.
Welcome to 9 to Life, your career and life journey podcast where we interview the interesting people doing the things you'd like to do or didn't know that you could. On today's episode, we have Julia Phinithi. Phinithi.
Yes.
It sounds like affinity, qualities.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I never thought of it that way, but yeah.
Julia is a business and strategy enablement executive who has a background in risk, right?
Yep,
risk
correct.
And strategy and just a lot of things. I think we're going to get into them while we're in the episode. But usually we start our episodes with an origin story.
Yes.
We try and go back as far as you can remember, if possible.
Remind me of my MBA days where we had to do the roots.
The roots, the branch. Yeah, I remember that exercise.
Yeah, so you start.
Take us back to the roots. Where is Julia from?
To the roots. Julia is from Polokwane.
Okay.
Born and bred in Polokwane.
Yes.
I am Peri.
Okay.
I'm number 5 of the 6 kids.
Whoa.
I always say that.
Big
I'm number
family.
5 of the 6.
Okay.
Yes, so
And-
we're 6.
Yeah. That's a lot of kids. It must have been a
that's
very
a-
loud house, very active house.
No, not really, because
okay.
I've got older siblings.
Oh,
I've got older
okay,
siblings.
okay.
So, by the time I was growing up, they were
Yes.
out of the house.
They were out.
They were already
I
out of
see.
the house. We were
Yes.
those ones where I think our parents thought, our kids are old.
Yeah,
We're going to be old and then we're going to be bored. We need somebody to drive us. And then they had the 2 of us.
Yes.
Could have been. I thought of it that way.
I
to
see.
say,
Oh, you and the last born now.
yeah, why
I
would
see.
your 50-year-old dad have a baby?
Yes.
Something like that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't really grow up around the same time.
No, we did
Okay,
not grow up.
okay.
Should have been nice. Could have been nice.
It would
I
have
don't
been
know.
nice, nah?
Yeah.
Having like a big family. Because I
Yeah.
also come from a relatively small family. And I see people with big families. I'm like, that would have been nice. I would have loved
Yeah.
to have
So
that.
it was me and my younger sibling.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So we grew up on a farm,
Nice.
right?
Interesting.
Yeah, on a farm. It was just me and her.
Oh.
It has always been me. and
Because
my
the older
younger
ones are
sibling.
gone now, I guess.
Yes, because the other ones were already out of the house, and people that were working on the farm,
Okay.
and then their kids will come and visit,
Yes.
and we'll get a chance to play with them.
Uh-huh.
But then we went to normal school.
Okay.
Just to put it out there.
No, you have to say that because
Just to
some
put it out
people
there. Now
don't
you might
get
think I
to-
was homeschooled and then I have no social skills whatsoever.
Yes,
I do
yes.
we went to a normal school.
Okay.
I come from a family of educators. Yeah, so my parents were educators.
Education has always been important.
Yeah,
I
it
think
has
that we can even
always
see it now because education plays a real big role in your life
That
right
will
now.
make you feel like if you don't have education, you do not belong.
Yeah, yeah.
So education has always been, and then either it's educators
Mm-hmm.
or it's priest. So I come from a family of educators and priests.
Okay.
So we were raised with those values,
I
education
see.
and Christianity. We were raised in, I'm telling you, so, and then also from entrepreneurs as well, because my father left education and then he went and pursued his love for business. So he owned a couple of businesses. I keep on telling people that, I actually learned mergers and acquisitions from my father. I just didn't know that these were mergers and acquisitions. I am telling you, he will go and acquire all this, competitors. Like that shop, I think it's a competition.
Let me go do something there.
I'm going to go and acquire that, and then he's going to. So we had a couple of businesses around the area.
Yes.
I was like, oh, so that is what mergers and acquisitions
are.
So business skills, I learned them from a very young age. At the age of 6, I was working in my father's store.
Wow.
So I don't remember my father being an educator. I know he was an educator.
Oh, he was an educator before, but by the time you
By the time, all that I know is him.
So much business.
It's the business. That is why I was like, we're the afterthought to say, we're getting old. We need somebody to drive us.
We need someone to go work in the shop.
Yes, because someone work in the shop. So, it's the skills, business skills, I learned them from there, in terms of how do you, manage a business, how do you stop taking, pricing, customer relationship, how do you treat people? It doesn't matter what background they come from. My father used to say, these people that are coming here, whether their background is, the 10 cents that they put into the store, that is the 10 cents that takes you to school. So you treat them with respect.
I love that.
So that you learn from a very young age. But then after that, I was like, yes, I know how to build businesses. I've seen my father do this. I'm going to do mine. I know the amount of work and the stresses that come with that.
You know the pain.
I know the pain. But then it is so much in me that even in corporate, I will use those skills.
Those entrepreneurial skills.
To build a successful team, to build a successful business and so forth.
That's so interesting. Your story mirrors... there's a book that I read recently, Nyimpini Mabunda.
I know Nyimpini.
You know Nyimpini?
Yes, I know.
He has an almost identical story because Lena, his parents were, I think his mom or both, were teachers. They left, I don't know if they left, but they had a shop as well. So that's where he honed his skills as a marketer. He worked in the shop and then, but only now, when you now formalize it with the books that you read in the MBA and whatever, now you get to understand, this is what this thing is called. I've been doing this thing. Yes.
But then when you're there,
That's so
you don't know that it has a name.
Yeah.
And then during the school holiday, my father will take leave. And then he will let us run the business.
That's so nice.
Yes. So then that's how the leadership skills come in. Just say, you have to lead this business.
Yes.
He showed you that this is how you need to look at replenishing the stock. This is how you need to look at, when the stock comes in, how do you do stock counting?
Yes.
GRV, your stock. I mean, we didn't have barcodes then to GRV.
Yes.
But then we were doing it manually. Because you had a list
and you
of,
tick.
this is what was up
order.
Yes, we ordered, and then you tick
what was
the
received.
quantities, what was received, and it's GRV. I mean, I worked in FMCG.
Yeah.
So I understand the
You're like,
concept.
I've been doing this thing.
Yes,
man.
I've been doing this thing, man. We have been replenishing stock, and then we have been receiving the stock, and then we have been, pricing this, and then we're managing the stock, and we've been.
I love what your dad did, because a lot of times you'll hear people when they get to retirement age and they've built up their businesses, they don't have anyone to pass over the business to, because when it was time for them to be transferring these skills to their kids, they were letting their kids, and I understand the intention behind it, right? You want your kids to enjoy life.
Yes.
Maybe your life was difficult, now you want to make your life softer for your kids. But now when it's late, your kids are already off doing their own thing. Now you're like, I have no one to leave this business to. So I like your dad had what we call in the MBA Foresight.
And it has a name. It's like
Your dad had foresight, strategic foresight.
strategic foresight.
Yes, to say, actually, man, I must do something while they are young.
Yes.
They must be running this
They
business.
must be
That's
running the
beautiful.
business so that they understand.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay,
So
take me through. Okay, so this is primary and
this is primary.
and
High school.
Yeah.
High school, we all went to boarding school. So primary was fine. It's like, okay, primary, you can go here, around here.
Yes.
High school, all of us,
Everyone.
boarding school.
Yes.
Because for him, for our parents,
Yeah.
it was, we want you to have a better education. So we went to boarding school because, staying Ko Hamatlala,
Yes,
the
and
schools that
traveling.
you will get is
In the area.
Yes, in the area. It's not your sensitivians. If I were to put it that way. So
Yeah.
we
It's
went
not the
to-
book. It's not the schools that were on that top 10 list.
yeah, so the ones
came
that
up.
are at home, they teach Dipalo.
Eish,
Not
not
mathematics.
maths.
Yeah. So we went to the mathematics.
Oh, your parents wanted you to go to the mathematics.
Yes, so we went to the
Lovely.
mathematics school.
Yes.
And then, but then, we'll see each other during school holidays.
When you come to run the shop now.
Yes, and
beautiful.
yeah, we missed each other because, we grew together
So close. Yeah.
every day. But yeah, we learned that. And from there,
Mm-hmm.
then I moved to Pretoria.
varsity.
For varsity.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. And
So
then,
you went to University of Pretoria.
yeah, so I
Okay.
need to tell you a funny story.
Tell me the funny story.
So, boarding school, right?
Yeah.
You are camped.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You go out
Just at the school.
during school
Yeah.
holidays.
Oh, even on weekends you don't go anywhere
No, not back then. I think
Yeah.
now they can go out.
because
So
there's malls and stuff, ne?
yes, but then ours was in the bush,
Oh.
right in the bush, like in the middle of nowhere. There was a school here, Oppenheimer,
Wow.
in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
And then there was a shop, not far from the school. There was a
school,
shop
okay.
there. And then that shop, they will allow us, boys will go to the shop
Okay.
on Tuesday and then girls on Thursday. They didn't want us mixed.
So you didn't mix,
No, we're in the
In
same
class.
school. Yeah, in class.
but
you know.
boarding obviously was separate.
Yeah, separate. You've got boys hostel, but then
Okay.
we'll find ways of
Yeah,
mixing.
somewhere.
Find ways.
Yes.
Yeah, nature happens.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Things over, yes.
So, but then we grew up camped.
Okay.
In
Yeah, in a certain location.
yeah, and then you are allowed to go out on that certain days, and then again to school holiday. So here I am in the big city. I've never been in a big city in Pretoria. Like, oh, my boy.
Long buildings.
Lights. Lights.
Life.
And lights and lights and lights. Oh, and I found friends. And I keep on telling my kids that I had the best varsity
Varsity
life.
experience.
I
yeah.
had the best. And,
Yes.
it's those things I keep on telling my girls. I've got three daughters. I keep on
Nice.
telling my girls to say, listen, you need to experience life. You don't want to be in a position where you're older and
You feel like you missed out. You missed
and then
out.
you want to experience life at an older
Yes,
age.
I see.
Just do
Do it now.
it now
Okay.
and then get over it and then
Yes.
focus.
Okay.
Because and I was like, those are the things where we keep on pushing our kids, focus.
Mm.
At some point they need to relax, they're gonna break. And then for me, I was like,
Yeah.
the reason why and I'm grateful that I went to university at a very young age. I was
Okay.
16 when I
Wow.
go to university.
Okay.
So
So you skipped some grades.
no, I did not say. I went to
Oh.
school when I was very young.
Okay. It's not a Methulani situation.
No. I did my sub A, my sub B, my standard one.
You did
All of
everything.
them.
Okay.
I never skipped anything.
Okay. Great.
So,
Yeah.
but then I just went to school when I was very, very young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So then
It's probably the experience from running the shop that readied you for school.
16 there, I was a 16-year-old varsity or Pretoria in the middle of the
The
life.
big seat.
In the middle of, and then I had friends
Yes.
that were in Joburg for some time.
Aha.
So they understand the life. And they're like,
Yeah.
come when I will show you this. I got a bursary
Okay.
first year. I don't know what happened to the bursary. Yeah.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah. But then, so I had the best life.
But you don't regret the
I
experience.
don't regret the experience
Yeah.
because why? I learned from that,
Mm-hmm.
and even in that, we still managed to say, my friends and I, we're writing exams now. We need to focus, and I had my daughter at varsity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my eldest daughter. I had her in my second year at varsity.
Oh, okay.
And I learned,
That
I'm
must
like,
have
okay,
been tough now.
yeah, now my mother's like, girl,
Focus now.
make your decision. If I take you back
Yeah.
to university,
Yeah.
you need to promise me that now you are going to go to university to go study and finish this thing. I was like, okay, yes, ma'am. I wasted 2 years, but I cannot explain what I was doing in 2 years. But then, yeah.
You were living life.
Yes, but
Okay.
then, grew from there. I had a daughter. I
Yes.
just like, okay, I need to think of this little person
Yeah.
because my mother's not going to take care of her for long.
Yes,
you know.
of course.
Then, I passed, I was like, oh, I've done this.
So what
thing.
were you studying in university? Your first?
So,
okay, there was the
I
first
did not
2
even
years.
apply for any. So I came to Pretoria
Okay.
because my sister was in Pretoria.
Oh,
So
okay.
she was like, okay, let's just go find you a school because I don't know.
Oh,
where.
you hadn't even applied in advance, nothing.
No, because I didn't know what I wanted to
I
study.
see.
I had a couple of things in my head. I had nursing, I had agriculture because
The farm situation.
Oppenheimer is an agricultural school. They took me to an agricultural school. So
Okay.
all I knew was agriculture.
I see.
So I was like, okay, maybe I must just pursue this agriculture thing. I saw there's a BSc in agriculture. I've got math. Okay, I don't have physics. I ran away from a physics class because I was like, I'm not doing this thing. I was like, not me.
Yeah.
I am not doing that that table.
The E equals MC squared, the periodic table.
Thank you very much. I'm not doing this thing. Then I moved. Okay,
Yes.
so I chose other subjects, and I
Yes.
got to. That's how I got the bursary. And we got to University of Pretoria,
Yes.
and then there were I don't know what school guidance, whatever they call
Okay,
them.
yeah,
They were there,
yes,
and then
yeah.
they looked at my results like, "Oh man,
Well,
you've
you
done
deserve-
exceptionally well.
Okay.
You go to commerce." Go and do commerce. You can do BCom,
Yes.
qualify for economics,
Yes.
and it's like, oh, there's agricultural economics.
Oh, okay.
So I will do this because
Okay. At
yes,
least it still links you back to the
yes, I'll
agriculture,
do this
okay.
agricultural economics thing. Okay, so let me do that. I mean, that was the first time I see accounting. That was
debits and credits, balancing.
it was the first time I'm like, okay, let's do this thing. And I really enjoyed it. So I did my BCom, and then agricultural economics became technical. It turned into a science.
Then a
yeah.
commerce thing.
Yes. I was like, okay, I'm going to stick to economics. And then agricultural economics, thank you very much. You are very nice. And the class was very small.
Oh,
Unlike all
to
the other
begin with,
classes.
yes.
Yeah, it was a very small, and then, you had attention, it's like
I see.
our classes are only 10 kids in it.
I see.
Yeah, so, but then for me, it was like, yes, I'm doing physics again here in a commerce form.
You're like, this is not going to work for me.
And then physics was my weakest, so I cannot do this.
I see.
So I swapped to economics.
Oh,
Because economics
okay.
and
At least it didn't go too
agricultural,
far,
economics were, you had to do economics when you were doing agricultural economics. It's like, okay, I'll just continue with economics.
Okay, so you did a BCom economics.
Economics, yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
And then eventually you completed it after
I
how long it
completed,
took?
yes, I
Okay.
did. I went back year 3.
Okay.
And then 3 years I was done.
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, record time. It
Record
was my
time.
first year.
Oh,
Year 3 was my first
I
year.
see. That's when you shifted to economics.
Yeah,
I
that's when I was
see,
like,
I
okay,
see.
let's do this thing. And
Okay.
then I was done.
So now you have your degree.
Yes.
Did you go find a job immediately, or you were like, let me do honors and see what's what? That's a very crucial question for people because
So my mother wanted me to do an honors. I'm
Of
like,
course.
okay, let me find a job.
yes,
So
that's
I
what
found
you
a
said.
job,
Okay.
immediately.
That's lucky.
Yeah, I was very lucky.
Very lucky.
Immediately after I started in January.
Wow.
Yeah.
So immediately results came out December, whatever, when you are there applying.
I was there
That's
applying.
beautiful.
I was like, I'm going to go back to Pretoria.
Yes.
I don't know what's going to happen, but then I'm going to find a job.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's this little baby now.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay.
So I found a job, and then my mother still said, you need to do your honors. I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll do an honors
Part-time.
part-time with UNISA.
Okay.
I didn't complete the honors short story because I was working.
Of course. No, it's tough. Phew.
I was like, no,
There's no time.
no, I
can't find
can't
the
do
time.
UNISA.
Yeah.
And then I'm a pedestrian, I don't have a car.
No car.
UNISA is far, and no, I can't.
Okay.
So I focused on so I started
work.
in the banking. I mean, back then, when you work in the bank, it was a thing.
Did you wear uniform? Because even when you wear uniform,
I
it's like
I can't remember if we were wearing uniform.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but working in a bank was a big deal.
Yeah,
And
it was a
even
big
now,
deal.
arguably, depending on where you work in the bank, it's actually quite.
It is.
Yes.
Everybody wants to go to the bank.
Everybody wants
Even
to go
I
to the
still want to go back to banking.
Okay, banks, I hope you're listening. Ne?
Yes,
Yeah.
Esther, please hire
The CV is
me.
fine.
As I've been applying, have mercy on me.
Yes, okay.
So yeah, I started there as a teller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started like at a very
Very
low,
entry level.
entry level. So I
Ah.
started as a teller,
Okay.
and I'm like, become economics.
It's not working
student
now.
as a teller, and then
It's
I
not
applied
working
for
now. Ish.
sales consultant job. Right,
Oof.
that was advertised, and then they told me I need 10 years experience. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
And then when you exit out of
I
banking.
am exiting
Ah, I
this. And then I still
see.
remained in banking. I remained in banking for 7 years.
Oh.
So my career, first 7 years
Started
of my
in
career
banking.
was in banking. I enjoyed it, and then from there I was like, I know banking too much.
Let
I
me
need
see.
to move out of banking. Let me see what
Yes.
else is out there.
Okay.
I understand it. I've been here. It's 7 years, and
Mhm.
I moved into specialist role within the
Mhm.
banking.
Okay.
I moved into team lead role within banking. I was like, okay, no,
Beautiful.
I'm fine. Let me go. I've got these skills that I've
Yes.
acquired. Let me go and see if I can apply these skills outside of banking.
Aha.
Yes. Then I moved into SOE. SOE.
SOE.
Entities.
Okay.
Yes, I moved
Okay.
into state.
The way you said it now tells me that it was a very interesting time for you.
It was.
Mhm.
As you grow up,
Yeah.
right, you have brands. You're like, I need to move into this business. I need to move into this business. And
Yes.
I need to work for this company.
Aha.
So I had companies that I wanted to work for.
To work for.
And that company, I was like, I remember coming from work from one
Yes.
of the banks, and I was working. And I was
Okay.
passing there. I was like, I want to work here.
Okay. That's manifestation.
Yes. I wanna work here.
Okay.
Yes, coming to work here.
And you came as well.
And I came.
Wow.
And I worked
You made it
there.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was there for six years.
Yeah.
6 years. And then I grew within the SOE. I developed within the SOE.
Mhm. You moved into management.
Yeah, I moved into, it was also, but then it was lower management.
Okay,
Not
okay.
level management.
Okay.
And I will tell you one thing that I learned. I mean,
Yes.
it's highly unionized, right?
Yeah,
I
of
come
course.
from the banking that was no union.
There's no
present.
unions in that
They
area.
said there is union, but
Ah,
then whatever.
they have no power there.
Yes, and then I
Yes.
moved into this environment that is
Yes.
highly unionized, and then you've got shop stewards right there with you, and I had to learn, how to operate in this environment. How do I
Yeah.
operate in this environment? I
Yes.
don't know this environment, and you can see people that have been there. People, sorry, SOEs, they stay forever. They have been there.
This is
So
true.
I'm
This
coming
is true.
from an industry outside of
Yeah.
this
Out of the
industry, and I'm
state.
joining this industry, and then
Yes.
with people that have been there, so the transition was not very easy.
It's not
Lucky
easy.
enough, I had somebody that I came with
Okay.
from the banking. Also.
You started at the same
so
time.
we started at the same time,
Great.
same roles.
Same position.
Yeah, same
Wow.
positions. So
Okay.
they needed 2 people, same position.
Wow.
So we became best friends.
Of course. If you came from the same bank.
No, different
Oh,
banks.
just different banks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we became best friends because
Uh-huh.
we only had each other. it can be
Everyone
better
else
outside.
knows.
Yeah, everybody have are friends with whatever.
Yes.
Whoever wants to help you, they'll help.
Yes.
Whoever's like,
Play boy.
when I'm from banking, clever, sort yourself out. So we had to support each other, and we became best friends because of that. Because we experienced the struggle together, we experienced the wins together, and whoever was supporting us was supporting the two of us together. Whoever was teaching us things, we're teaching the two of us.
Because in the same role now, but I guess
Yes. So which was lovely.
Okay.
And we moved, both of us at the same time.
Outside of the organization.
No, we moved.
Oh, you moved up.
Up.
Oh, okay.
And, at the same time
Wow.
within the organization.
So you weren't contending for the same position?
No, we moved into the we were not contending. It was two different positions.
The same position in different units.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
So you became the union. The
so
unit
we
heads.
moved up into specialist roles.
Okay.
Still the same business unit, but then different roles.
Yes. And what were these roles? Sorry to cut you off. I just want us to now get into what you were doing now.
Yeah. So it was
because the local economics.
Yes.
Right. And then you worked into banking. Now you're in the SOE.
I started as a teller, then I moved. That is where I got banking. My career, I found this. So I started as a sales consultant after I moved from the 10 years experience. Then I got another job at a bank as a sales consultant. So from there, you are onboarding customers who are applying for personal loans. And then as they're applying for personal loans, then you do the vetting and all that. You do risk identification.
You're the loan officer, basically.
Yes. So you do the risk identification to say, are the bank statements not fraudulent? The pay slip, do they actually work there? Have they been working there for the amount of time? Then you start, So you apply your analysis, risk identification, and those things there. But then my curiosity, I'm like, I can see. We were very good at onboarding. We were very good at marketing and whatever.
Getting them in,
We're making sales and all that. However, these people are not paying us.
They're defaulting.
Something is wrong. We can't be celebrating that we are making sales.
Yeah.
We're not making our money.
Because these people are defaulting.
What are we not doing? Right. So I approached the branch manager. I said, can I do this sell thing half day? And then the other half day, can I go and understand,
why?
Take out the files. It was like files with printing and all that. Go back to those files.
Yes.
I'll start with the first drawer.
Yes.
And then I move to the second drawer. And just to understand why are these people not paying us? Because we've done all the checks.
Yes.
We have a checklist. You must check.
Yes.
And then you sign off that I have checked this, I've confirmed this and so we're not doing something.
Something is not mixing.
Yeah. And he was a nice person. He was like, oh no, fine. Go ahead, do that.
You were so lucky. Yes.
Yes. I was like, cool. Then I, started analyzing, trying to understand why are we not getting our money, and then presented my findings to say, and then it's like, no, don't worry. When the regional manager comes, I will tell them that, we need this position.
Oh.
Yes, for somebody.
Okay, so this position of assessing what happens after we've signed off did not exist at branch level.
Level. Yes.
So they had to now.
Then they called the credit control.
To say, no man, if someone is checking this thing, man, can we make something happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Then they created that position.
That's
they called it the
great.
credit controller, and then the credit controller was. When you have a branch, branches is a flat start.
Yes, no, there's the branch manager and then
the branch. Yes. So
I
it's
see.
like, so this credit controller will have this BCom degree, will have all these things that I had. Okay, nice. Then I can be a
So they just
credit
made it for you,
controller.
just basically.
Yes. And then I'll be this credit controller.
Okay.
And my job is to approve the loans.
That's so interesting.
So-
Wait, so you're still doing the vetting?
Yes. So the sales consultant will receive
Bring
their
them in.
statement and then prepare whatnot. And then I will approve.
Okay.
To say, okay, I checked everything.
Mhm.
So therefore I will approve. They still had a mandate. I had a mandate, and the branch manager had a mandate also.
I see.
Approve, do all the vetting.
Yes.
But then my main focus was to manage the payment system.
Aha. To make sure that we are receiving our money back now. at
Yes,
the
to
bank.
make
Okay.
sure if it was a debit order.
Yeah.
So if the debit order returned,
Yeah.
why did the debit order return?
Okay.
All those people. So sales consultant, they call them sales consultant.
Yeah.
You must keep it that way.
Mhm.
So their job was to sell,
Yeah.
was to do
And it's
marketing.
done. Yes.
And once they've sold,
signed
it's
up.
done.
They don't even talk to the customer anymore. It's
Uh-uh.
over.
Yeah,
I
now
see.
they hand over to the
Now it's
credit
you.
controller.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I was like, actually, I like this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This thing of assessing the
Yes,
credit risk.
man, I
Okay.
like this thing.
Okay.
So, I need to grow in this thing. I need to see where it's going to take
Where else it
me.
can take you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I grew, like I was key performance of all the branches.
Yes.
I was working in Captain Park. We had
Yes.
3 branches.
Okay.
My branch was the one that was performing.
Performing.
And then they moved me to another branch because the other branch was.
Was not. No.
Yeah, and then after that, when it was fine, they moved me to another branch. I'm like,
You guys are eating.
now
it
I'm
here.
not growing.
I'm just doing the same thing over
Yeah,
and
I'm
over
like,
again.
okay, now I need to reassess my career. Now it's like, I actually spent 9 years in the bank.
Not 7 years, 9 years.
7, yeah, because the first 2 was a teller.
Oh, first 2 was Taylor.
Yes.
Okay.
And then 5 was within the other bank. Then I moved to another bank.
Where you did the credits. Oh no, you moved to another bank while you were doing this credit.
Yeah, so
control
I
thing.
started the credit in bank number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yes, then I moved to bank number 3. I worked in 3 different banks. Banking, you move from one bank to the.
Yeah, that's the problem. We spoke about it on the podcast. Banks just want to rotate the same people.
Yes,
No,
but
no,
still
no.
hire me.
They're squeezing in. They're squeezing in.
Hey, we come with skills that go. So I moved to
Yes.
a third bank. That bank, it was secured home loans.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I've never done securities.
Yeah,
Now
it's
I need
different.
to
It's a different
learn the
risk profile. Yeah.
security, and the debit order is done. It's the sub order now. It's not
Oh,
a
now it's
debit
going
order.
straight from the employer.
Straight from the employer.
Yeah.
What does a cure mean? Then I had to go. And I haven't been the last time I graduated, that was the last time I touched the books, and then I attempted honors, and then I was like, no, I'm not doing honors.
So you're not even studying this thing.
I have not even been studying. And then my land manager, Mandla Nkosi,
Shout out to Mandla Nkosi.
Shout out to Mandla Nkosi.
Yes.
Mandla Nkosi was like, okay, I need to develop you. I can see that you're
Wow,
upright.
that's
I can
beautiful.
see that, you can go far.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask for a bursary.
Wow.
I will motivate it. I know you need to be employed for a year,
Certain, yeah.
but I will motivate for you to go and do it.
Wow.
And then you can do it with GIBS. That's how I use GIBS.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, no, cool. And then
Why did he suggest GIBS?
I don't know.
He just liked it.
I think he did his MBA.
Oh, he did his MBA there.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Okay,
So-
okay.
And that's like MDP, Management Development
Development plan,
Program. Yes, that year.
Okay.
And then let's see.
Also, you did that first.
Yeah, I did that. I went back to it was
It was tough. Back to reality.
Yeah, it was tough. And
Yes.
I'm still a team leader at a bank. I haven't been at school for a
For
long
years
time.
now, yeah.
And you have this clever man. They have made it.
These bright sparks, yeah.
Yes, they are managers. They
Yeah.
are Tony, whatnot and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't even have a car. These guys are married, they've got kids, they've got
Yes.
houses.
They are far.
They are far. And I'm like, what have I been doing with my life? No, seriously, I had to reassess my life.
Yes.
I said, what is it that I have been doing
Yes.
with my life?
Okay.
I'm grateful for that because otherwise I would have just like,
You
listen,
would have been relaxed.
yeah,
in
I'm
your-
like, mm-mm.
Okay, so there is some value then in sort of benchmarking yourself against other
Yes,
people.
yes. No,
Because we
that
hear
was-
it all the time. Don't compare yourself. La 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 la. There's some utility to saying,
That was a root working into saying,
oh
yeah,
wow, you need to do better.
this cannot be this cannot be you. So
Okay.
you need like
So yeah, so shout out to Mandla then, because
yeah.
you know, because of him, you were able to have that sort of assessment, internal assessment,
Yes.
to say, no man, I could be doing
And
better.
it was
here."
the first time that I had somebody who believes in me. To say,
Yes.
no, I wanna develop you.
Oh, that is so important. That is
You know,
so
you
important.
have so much potential. I can see you getting so far in life. But then I need to do that. And I was like, yes, I don't know this kind of leadership. I've never had this kind of leadership.
New. Yes.
It's nice, man.
Yeah.
And I knew then what a
Yes.
leader need to be look like. This is what
That's where the example was
leadership
set for
is.
you.
Yes. So for me, I was like, okay, this is who I am going to
This is where
be.
you aspire to be. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be this leader.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, that is gonna be me
Yes.
moving forward.
Mhm.
Okay. And yeah, I studied, you know, tough as it was.
As tough as it was, you made it.
Going at the Exec or GIBS, imagine going to business school, look at this.
Yo, no.
People my age were parking cars.
Some serious
And then they
kind.
want to do syndicate meetings
After class.
after
You
class.
wanna
and
taxi there, fair,
the
like,
taxi. Yes. But it taught me a lot of things.
Okay.
Resilience.
Resilience.
And it taught me that
Yeah. This is
need
not
to move.
it. Yeah. You can't just be comfortable.
you cannot be comfortable.
Wow.
It made me so uncomfortable that I was like,
You were shaken into action.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And since then you've had quite a relationship with GIBS now, because now you started with the MVP.
Yeah, and then from there,
What
I
else did
never
you do?
left that institution. I never left that
Oh,
institution. Like, I want to korobela.
Yeah, both tell isn't it?
I give session. You know those food that they are feeding us there.
Yeah,
This
and that food is
korobela.
so nice.
This korobela.
For people that don't know, GIBS has the best food. The lunch, the tea breaks. You just do a qualification at GIBS.
Yo.
See. Okay, so you did the MDP,
Yes.
and then
And then I did the PG deep.
you did the PGT,
And then I did the
you
MBA.
did the MBA,
And then I did the MPhil.
you did the MPhil.
Yeah.
My goodness,
I've been in the school
for
forever.
a decade.
No,
of
no,
film.
I also did BLP, Board Leadership
Board
Program.
leadership program.
Yes, I did with GIBS.
Oh my goodness. No. GIBS must give you some long service award, something.
I need GIBS, please, I need long service award. Okay, Kupela Bazaar.
You can do your PhD, your DBA there.
Yes.
No.
That's
Do
what I
something.
mean.
Morris, someone. Yes. Okay. So now you're in banking. You got the management development from
Yes.
the program that Mandla paid. Where do you go there? When you leave banking, where did you
So
go?
then Manga could not believe, and because now I'm doing MTP, I'm the girl.
Okay.
And SOE said, hello, girl.
We need you.
He tried to
To
convince me
keep,
to
you know.
stay. He tried. And I mean, he had to look at the benefits.
Of course.
You know, there were more benefits
couldn't
than
match. Yeah, you couldn't match.
match.
Yeah,
You know,
sometimes
even
it's
if you
just
increased my salary, it was not even
the
about
other
that,
benefits.
you know.
Yes.
It's a completely different industry.
Yes.
And
Okay.
and I remember one day we were sitting with we had a meeting,
Yeah.
and the credit manager
Okay.
came in. It was a
An
very
important
respectable,
role.
important person.
Yes. Oh,
That
yes.
sits somewhere called head office,
Oh.
in an office that you cannot even.
Oh, they're not in the branch. These people are- I
We
see.
were at the branch, they were there.
I see.
And then he comes like, okay, so yeah, my name is person. So you know, who are you? Where do you aspire to be? And I looked at him, I was like,
In your
role.
position. Thank you.
I'm not even talking about Manda. No. Your role.
Let's
And
keep
then he
mind.
was like, "Ah, you're the dream." I was like, yes,
Okay.
I am going to be in your role.
Yes.
That's the role that I want.
Wow.
you are this important person.
I also want to be there.
And then who was, is coming.
Yes, the credit manager is coming. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Credit manager is coming.
Yeah.
That we've never seen, that we've heard of.
You only saw in emails.
Yeah, not even emails. He doesn't even speak to us at that level.
Oh, you speak to man. Like.
Yes. Speak to us. He doesn't even speak to us.
I
We are
see.
very low
I
for him
see.
to engage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Get the high rate.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
I was
yes.
like, listen,
Yeah.
you are
I
too
want to be
important of
there.
a
Yeah.
person. I want to be there.
Okay.
So moving.
And how long? Okay. Go the SOE. What were you still in risk?
Yeah, I was still in risk.
Okay.
Which is completely different from,
Yeah, of course. From credit risk.
from the banking,
yes.
which was like another shock. Like, yo, okay, no, it's fine. Let's learn this.
Okay.
So for me, the learning, because I always say, what is it that I learn? What is it that I take out of this environment? And then how did I apply it into another
So
environment?
important, yeah.
Yeah, so it was still risk, but then risk as SOE, I mean, whoever is onboarding people, onboard people, you just go install electricity and then you come back, we collect.
I see.
You know, we collect
There's
from
no
there.
credit assessment.
But yes, one thing that I learned, right, was, I mean, I moved out of banking and then people are selling electricity and I'm like, for me to be able to collect this money, I need to understand this thing. How do you generate this thing?
Oh, so
I
the
had to go
technical
and
part.
learn electricity generation. Where does it start? Why is it there? And right? So, okay, no, cool. Then I learned it was fine. And yeah. And because of, I was always raising my hand when they say this, I'm like, I'm in. We're going to disconnect. I need to see what exactly are you doing when you're disconnecting. Get into the overalls, get into safety boots. And they're like, you're crazy. I'm like, yeah, but then I need to understand. Because I'm sitting from the desk, that makes it really, I don't
you're
understand.
out of touch. It's very far from you.
Yeah, so I need to go and see this thing. So that's how I moved into an analyst role.
Okay.
So it's more audit.
Oh.
Yes, so I'm more into
So it's more, whereas credit is more future looking, what is likely to happen. Analyst is more what happened in the past. It's more
why did that happen? Why are we losing revenue?
Okay.
We are generating, why are we not getting money?
I see.
Where is the, we've got so many losses. It was based on losses. We've got so many losses in this area. Why do we have so many losses? What causes the losses? Is it because our data is incorrect? We need to go then get somebody to go do audit.
Yes.
And then
to go verify the data that's coming in.
So what it will look at, it's another profession that people can look at because it's your quantitative and qualitative analysis.
Yes.
Yeah, it's both. We do it in MBA. You realize we've been doing it.
Yes. No, I love that. I love the shift from just looking at the numbers because traditionally, all we wanted to do is check the numbers and the numbers should tell us the full story. Yes, they tell a story, but not the whole story.
Not the whole story. Yeah.
Right. There's other qualitative things that you need to take into account. Okay.
Into that to say, okay, so why are we losing money? And then I work with engineers.
Okay.
So
now you need to learn the language.
So now my commercial whatever
acumen,
helped.
Of course.
Because why? You take that and you apply it during the numbers and then on all of that.
Yes.
To understand why are we not making money and so forth. So I applied that and then I work with engineers and fantastic people to work with them and then I'm like, so that is why I studied project management. So I did
you also studied project management?
Yes, I did project management with University of Pretoria.
Okay.
In that period. Yes. So I had 3 years where I was studying
back to back.
Yeah, project management because I'm working on a project mode.
Okay.
So I had to understand. And as an analyst, I work on a project mode.
Of course.
Because I have a project that I've identified losses here. Yeah. We need to audit this area.
Yes.
Who do I need? Am I going to appoint contractors? Do I have contractors that can go do the audits for me, bring me data? What kind of data do I need? Why do I need that data? How is it going to help me? To do the analysis.
Yes.
Then from there, then you have to present your findings to say, and then now we need to start tracking those losses to say, am I seeing a reduction in the losses after the project? So I was like, I love this project management.
Okay.
And then for me to be able to be effective, I need to go and study project management. And then I was like, I did my BCom a long time ago. I need somebody to help me with my financial skills.
Accounting.
Yeah, and I still need to move into that credit manager role. That I said I was.
You said, Pela, now you made a commitment.
And I looked at managers to say, okay, so adverts, when they advertise managers
What are
role,
they looking for?
financial or skills, and it's like, okay, so I need to go brush up this financial skills, because I always had a future position in mind.
Yes.
And then I would always go back and look at what are the requirements I have there. So for me, I was like, it's two things. I can move into being a project manager. I'm very good at it. I'm working on a project mode, or I can go back to credit manager, which I still had the experience in. So I just moved out of credit and then go into project
a little bit. Yeah.
I didn't know that I was going to project management, but
you found yourself there.
I found myself there because I was more concerned, the same way as I was at the bank, to say, but then we said we're not making money. I was saying, we are
so you're looking deeper.
Yeah, we're busy disconnecting people.
Yes.
People are not paying. But
Yes.
we're still not making money.
Yes. Why? Let's go find out why.
Go and understand. And that's how I moved into that role. It was audit, it was project, it was
What it is not. Okay.
Yes, and then from there, and then I did certificate in finance with GIBS. So I went back to GIBS.
Oh my
to go
goodness.
get certificate in finance.
You didn't even count that one. That's 7 qualification.
Yeah, I did.
With GIBS. My goodness. Okay.
Yeah,
so you did finance for non-financial managers. Is that
no,
one?
it was a certificate in finance.
Oh,
Before
okay,
finance for non-financial.
that's the new one.
Yeah, that's the new one. The one that I did is certificate in finance.
Okay.
But then we were few in the class, so maybe that's why there's no certificate in finance. Sorry, GIBS.
So GIBS a new PNG. Oh yeah, no, that's okay. Yes. So now you are.
I'm an analyst.
You're an analyst now.
Yes. So
and with the project management
with the project management. And I also did advanced project management also. So I moved further with project management.
Okay.
So that I can have balance skills. But then I was like, credit management.
I still need to go back, man.
It's that important. I don't have manager. Back then it was very important to be called what manager. Yes. As much as what I was doing was important. I was not what manager.
You just wanted that title.
I still wanted the manager title because it was very important. When I felt the importance of this what manager. Even when I was a project manager.
A credit manager, any manager. I see. So you moved from the SOE.
I moved out of the SOE.
Where are you now?
Brewery. And I moved to brewery.
Oh, okay. Gee, that's so interesting. From a bank to a SOE to brewery. Completely different.
Completely. And I was a credit manager.
You were. You were that important person.
I was that and I was very important. So that was middle management.
Okay.
That was middle management.
You finally made it into.
I finally made it into.
Before you continue with the story, share 2 or 3 things that are important to get you from that junior management into middle management. What should you be working on?
So for me, I always pulled certain positions to say, in manager's position, what are the requirements for you to be there? So I mentioned that there was finance.
Financial skills.
Yeah, financial skills were in most positions that I looked at. Financial skills was very important.
But they're crucial because even for someone that works in IT, for instance, you run a budget as a manager.
Yes. As a BU, a business unit manager,
you run a budget. So you need to know.
have those skills.
And as you go up, you run a P&L. It becomes even more.
So for me, it was like,
financial skills.
What skills I needed. And then because of I had a goal in mind, I was like, I've done the MDP out of nowhere, being out of school, and then it was not. That was not a nice experience.
Yeah, of course. But you made it, and you got what you needed to get from it.
Yes, And then I was like, I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
And get this. I looked at okay, what is that?
Okay.
I was like, oh, there's a certificate in finance. So I'm going to study this thing.
Okay.
It looks at broader finance. I don't have to go and do an honors in whatnot. I can just do the certificate in finance.
I like that.
And then I'll get my finance. So
Yes.
everything that I was doing in that period,
Yes.
project management, certificate in finance,
Uh-huh.
and all that, they were
Was in
based on the
preparation.
skills that I needed for me to move
Wow,
to
that's
the
so
next
important.
level. So for me, I was focusing mainly on the skills. What are the
Yes.
skills that I needed? I mean, I'm in a role that is giving me experience. It's
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
But then the skills that I needed, I need to make sure that I improve my financial skills.
Yes.
I was in a environment where it's on a project management.
Yes.
I need to make sure that, I upgrade my project management
Mhm.
skills. And then, not only look at what I'm doing, but then future.
Yes. Where am I going?
Where are the future skills
Wow.
that I needed?
Okay.
And I'm going to go and study the skills
Yes.
that I
Wow.
needed because that's where I want to go.
Aha.
So
okay.
that's how that transition
Okay.
to move. And then also raise my hand.
Mm.
When they say, okay, who can do that? And then I'll tell you one thing that was very key to me. I was a secretariat for executive teams. And
so you got to hear
I got to see
everything
and understand how
wow.
the executives are making decisions.
Yeah.
How are they setting the strategy? What are they discussing in this meeting?
these meetings, man. That's
how do they come up with, we're going to build a power plant,
Yes.
whatever. What drives those decisions? And that's how I learned the business.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'm going to sit in those meetings, I'm going to take minutes,
Yes.
and then I'm going to ask questions where I don't understand so that
Yes.
when I send
Right.
you the minutes,
Yes.
you understand what is there.
Yes.
I ask this question and then they will explain to me. So what is this thing that you talk about?
Yeah.
Because I don't understand it. So that when I put it in the minutes,
it makes sense.
it makes
for
sense.
everyone.
So that if I understand what you're talking about, then
Yes.
the minutes will be
Yes.
meaningful to me.
Yes.
Then they will explain it to me. This is what it means.
Yes.
Then I've got to understand. So when you make, it helped me also
Yes.
transition into middle management.
Middle management.
Yes, because now you get to understand, okay,
The
so
processes.
this is
behind.
how you need to think.
Yes.
You need to
That's
think
so
in
beautiful.
this specific way.
That's so amazing.
And I was like, guys, when they say come and be a secretary, don't say no.
Jump immediately.
Jump, because that's where the decision, and they know you.
Oh, now they know, even in the corridors or wherever you meet them.
Yes.
That's Julia, man. We
Yes,
know. Oh,
they know you.
Okay.
Because you engage with them.
Yes.
You have access to the
That's amazing.
the executive,
Yes.
the events, whatever
Yes.
they call them,
Yeah.
with the secretary before. You have access to them because now you
Yes.
must go find out about something that need to be in the minutes.
Yeah, you need to, follow up.
Yes,
on
okay, follow up.
rotating,
Oh,
yes.
remember here. So, what do you want me to do with this? Remember,
Yes,
discussed
you said
this
this, yeah.
So must I follow up
Action
with that?
plan,
Yes,
yeah.
It didn't take, for me it was just, hello, listen,
Yeah.
can you please make sure that
Yes.
there's an action item for you?
Yes.
And I had access to
wow.
the senior
Senior
manager.
guys.
They knew
Wow.
me.
That's a cheat code.
Yeah.
That's what we call a cheat code, guys.
So that is how,
Okay.
and that even helped me to move from that team lead position of revenue collection
Yes.
into
Into
the analyst
the
role.
analyst.
Because I understood the business.
Okay.
And then when they were talking about the losses and whatnot.
These are things that make sense to you.
Yes, it made sense to me because I've been part of this. And I was like, this is how you think.
Beautiful. I like that.
Okay.
Okay. So now you are
Yeah.
another shift into the breweries. You are in middle management now.
I'm in middle management.
What's happening?
Still,
How are you moving?
in a highly unionized environment. I was like,
manufacturing, was that?
yeah.
It's
so
FMCG. Yes.
I'm like, oh, cool. This thing, I've done it.
Okay.
I'm not there.
Okay.
But then here now, it's a call center. High pace.
Breweries have a call center.
Yeah. they
What
have a
happens?
call
Who
center.
calls?
You call people who didn't pay to pay.
Okay. Okay. Oh, because you give people stock on credit, right?
Okay. So you have sales people there.
Yes.
You have planning.
Mm-hmm.
You have credit. So they sell, and then you credit, facilitate, enable the selling
Yes.
through credit,
Yes.
planning plans the trucks. These three are sitting in one place.
Woo.
You're not going to be releasing orders after a certain kind of time. A planning guy will jump
Planning
on
guy.
the
So you need to coordinate with all these other three guys.
coordinate with that.
That's amazing.
And the most fascinating thing about it was learning systems. They use the best. It's a call center for best systems in place. I was amazed by these things happen.
Yeah.
And then another thing, amazing, but highly unionized environment. You need to do what? Your performance management.
Yes.
Those
Following
were very
processes.
And they were so key that our HR business partner can log in and see Chida has not done hers.
Wow.
And send you
So he had an organization-wide view.
Yes.
Sitting as the HRP.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was like, Julia,
Yes.
if please do, I can see that you're behind
Yes.
with your performance management for your team.
Yeah.
You
Can
have 3
please
days,
catch up?
you have whatever, set it up.
Oh,
You
wow.
need to do it.
He was on top of things as well.
Yes. So when you come to where you have to do your final one towards your salary increases and your bonuses and all that, there is no shock.
Yes, because now you've been managing performance throughout.
You've been managing performance.
I
You have this
see.
conversation. They sign it. So the person that you are doing the performance management for, they sign it off to say, yes, I agree. This is the conversation that we had. These are the development gaps. And then the other thing that I learned in that environment is resourcing.
Resource planning. Okay.
Yeah, resource planning, because it's a live system. So you get into in the morning and then you look at your dashboard. You're like, okay, so what is happening today? Where do I need to focus? How much resources do I need for me to achieve this? What are my targets? Contact center work on a target base.
Of course.
And then, the other team, 2 people did not come. Do I have enough resources? I can borrow them. And what I liked about that environment is that I can easily get out of being a manager for East Coast and go be a manager for
because anywhere else.
Anybody in my team can leave from being credit controller for East Coast and then go and be a credit controller for Gauteng, because we all do the same thing. We all understand it. There's no secret that you can't touch my customer.
No.
People do. So that's what I learned in that environment, to say,
that's beautiful.
Okay, so this is how middle management.
Yes. No, that's because now you get to. I was listening to a podcast recently where they were interviewing Elon Musk, and he was talking about how, in his view, the most difficult thing in any business is the manufacturer. The ideation and all of that is fine. It's nice. It's, it has its own challenges. But where you get to actually see, where it's a differentiator between businesses that succeed and the ones that don't, is the ones that are able to get their manufacturing on point. And that's where the systems come in, the resources come in, the managers overlooking all of that.
People development was very important. People development was very key. We had succession planning. Yeah, it was very key.
Because we need to understand, if someone leaves, who are we replacing them with?
Yes.
And we need to know them now.
Okay, so now you are developing more into this management thing. And then,
now you're the serious person now.
Yes, now you do the proper IR management.
Yes.
And I was like, I remember at some point, I was like, no, at middle management, you need to chair disciplinary hearings. I'm like, yo. It's rough. As you get up there, those are the things that, they don't tell you when you're a junior manager that you're going to be chairing.
No, they don't.
But then when you get to that level, you're at a level where you need to go and then every year will be a refresher. So that you understand.
So that you don't, and if you don't, because we did say it's highly, highly unionized.
Yes.
So if you don't follow the industrial relation process, you might get the organization to turn
out. Yes, exactly. So that, so sharing.
Yes. Like, the DCS.
Yeah, now I have arrived. I am doing
You're that important person now.
That important person. That important person I am. It's amazing and it's scary.
Yeah, of course.
It's scary, but it's nice, man.
Yes.
I was like, okay, what else I need to do? I am here It's like, okay, there's an MBA. I started planning my MBA, although
Years
I
in
did it in
advance.
2019.
Yeah.
I started planning it 2016.
Oh my goodness. 3 years in advance you were planning. Okay.
Yes, I was
Now I'm
planning
gonna.
this.
So when did you move over to then senior management? Was it in 2016 between
No,
that period?
2016.
Okay.
I moved into another FMCG.
Okay.
Those are this food.
Oh
The
wow.
most, they are.
There's fast moving for
There
real.
is
there.
fast moving, but then
Yeah.
that's where my love for
Yes.
risk came in.
Okay.
There I was still, yes, but then it was more focused on people. It was more
Yes.
focused on collection strategies, that planning and it. Then now it's a senior manager role. I am managing managers. It's a complex kind of
tough.
environment. So now you need to learn
That's
all
tough.
this governance that are deep, because now you are doing the
The entire organization.
you are onboarding a whole franchise.
You-
It is way complex.
It's
Than-
smaller than just your own
on-
division.
than
and
onboarding
sales.
Mama Cheese Tavern in Alex. It's completely different.
Yes. Now it's an entire.
Now you became
Business.
financial statements. Now you need to analyze financial statement, because you are onboarding 10 million.
And also, yeah, the
Revenue,
credit risk is how much?
business.
Yes.
Yes, you are making a decision to say this
Yes.
person is good to get this
An
franchise
account, yes.
of 10 million.
Wow. It's not easy.
And I was like, this career is very interesting. So
it
you
seems-
are enabling
Yes. That's where the
Someone
enablement comes in now.
to succeed.
Yes.
And that's when I started to look at credit in a completely different way, to say, this is an enabler. I am enabling someone
You're right.
to build a dream.
You're right.
But then in enabling that person
Yes.
to build that dream,
Yes.
I need to understand, who are you?
Yes. Because the
So-
cameras are still rolling. Yeah.
So you're like, how do I enable this business? I need to enable. And then also even the ones that are already existing, say, let's say PTY Limited, right? As my customer, of course you want to grow. How do I enable you? Then we walk that journey together to say, okay, so you're a 5 million revenue customer.
Yes.
You need to move to a 7 million.
Yes. What are the things that you need to do?
Yes, you need to be open with me. I need to understand your business. I need to look at your financials here and there.
Yes.
The moment you don't want me to look at your financials,
Yeah.
then I have a problem.
How am I going to
Because
enable you?
I'm not going to enable you, and then I need to come.
Yeah.
And that time it was franchise. I need to come
Yes.
and, sit with you, have coffee with
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
So we talk
Understand
about
your
your
business
cares.
and your.
No, beside your business.
Okay.
Your business, I can get data.
Okay.
Yeah, but then we'll talk to it. That's when I realized that relationships,
Senior management, fella now.
relationships are key here.
Yes.
If I need to succeed,
Yes.
I need to know how to build. As people love talking about their cats and their dogs and their kids and the schools that they go to and how they are performing very well
Yes.
and the sports that
Now the
they
people
love.
become center. now.
Because now you are no longer interested in your business only. I'm interested in you
You as a
as an
person.
individual.
Ah.
Now you invite me
Yes.
to Saturday Brides, which I was like, we need to have some boundaries. I don't do sales, can come in marketing and do
Yes.
Brides with
Okay.
because
Yes.
now they need to get you to buy.
Yes,
right?
yes,
For
yes.
me,
So
I
they're
just
building
need
the
to
relationship.
enable them
Ah.
in doing that,
Okay. See, yes.
And that's when I started to learn relationships are very key in this,
Relationships.
understanding if you're going to, I moved to Nelspruit, by the way.
Wow. For this job.
Yeah, for
Oh
this
my
job.
goodness.
I had a goal.
Okay.
But if that goal was go and work in Nelspruit,
Yeah.
that is
You
what I was
agree.
gonna do. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I moved there, and then if you have your franchise in Kanyamazan, what is
Yes.
happening in Kanyamazan? Who are your customers?
Yes. Now you need to go entrench yourself
then,
in there.
yes, go there, on a Saturday, go see what is happening in here. And then
Inganyamaza.
come during the week and see who comes to your store. What do they buy when they
Okay.
come to your store?
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
if you're in Kanyamazan, do you at least understand their language? You know, because you need to interact with the
So you had to go learn the languages
I
as
had to go
well.
learn that language as well.
Baby girl in Nelspruit,
In
they next to
Nelspruit,
Swat.
That was
Shout out to the Swati people.
That was fun.
Yes.
That was fun. That was the best year of my life.
Yeah. Okay. So you lived there. Then.
I lived there.
It wasn't
I
an in
even
and out.
wanted to buy a property.
Oh
So
my
that's how
goodness.
much I love Nelspruit.
Okay.
When I come back to Nelspruit.
Nah, a bank in Nelspruit must make things happen.
Nelspruit, that's who. So yeah, so
Okay.
that's
So yeah, so I just want us to maybe move over to now.
yeah.
When we met, let me tell the story of
What I said to you.
what she said to me. I'll never forget this. So we met at a networking event. And you know, there's always introductions there. Hey, my name is Lesejo. I'm an accountant. I'm a podcaster or whatever. What is you? Who are you? No, my name is Julia. I help companies make money.
I do.
I love that.
I make companies make money.
It's so
Like,
simple and it's so, to the point.
I do. I
Explain how that works, just
so how I
briefly, and
make
then
people, companies make money.
yeah.
You are my customer, or
Mhm.
whether you're going to be my customer. My role is to make sure that you grow.
Mm. As a company.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Either as an organization that I work for, or
Yeah.
as a customer of an organization.
Oh.
So my relationship
Yes.
does not only stop with the organization that I work for,
Mm.
it extends.
Oh,
to the customer.
Okay.
Remember, if I help you to make money,
Mm.
you're going to make money. And then when you make money,
Mm.
the business that I work for is going to make money.
Okay.
It's just as simple as that.
So I'm in helping you, I'm also helping myself.
Yes.
100%.
So when I was saying, I help
Businesses
companies
make
to
money.
make money.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
You come in, your revenue is 50 million, whatever
Yes.
that is. You and I sit, and then we have a plan.
Uh-huh.
We're going to grow you to a 10.
Yes.
How am I helping you to grow you to a
I love. So you already sort of started doing that even in your FMCG role. because
Yes, I've already
really-
started doing that. That's when I
yeah.
realized, that's where the switch came in to say,
Yes.
actually, I'm an enabler.
Aha.
I
help people
enable.
become
Yes, I
the
help
best.
people to become the best. That
Whatever
vision
it
that
is.
you had, the same vision that I had to be that important person.
yes.
The same business want to grow. So how do I help you to get there?
And
And I had
love
to,
that.
and also in that, very important,
Yes.
that people networking,
Yes.
knowing who to network with.
Aha.
Why?
That's so important.
Why? Why do I need to be within the same circle
Yes.
as a CFO of a certain FMCG? What am I going to learn
Yes.
from them?
Aha.
You
What
know,
relationship are we
yes,
building?
why do
Yes.
I need to be a member of Institute of Risk Management South Africa?
Ah.
Who's part of it?
Yes.
What are they doing? What kind of network sessions
Now
do
you are
they have?
networking with a purpose now.
Yes.
Ah,
So
I
you
love
need
that.
to be very purposeful. I always say authentic and purposeful networks. Don't go creating networks for
Just
them.
to have people I know
100 people I have.
in my network.
What value are they
They're
adding?
doing nothing. And what value are you adding?
Exactly. What value are you adding? to them?
Aha.
That's when you start building a brand.
Personal branding.
Personal branding.
Love.
When you say Julia Phinithi, oh
Yes.
yes, of course I know Julia
Yeah.
Phinithi. I worked with her
Yes.
on this project, and then she's runner up for this award.
Talk to that just before we close. Talk to your accolades because you have a lot of accolades.
I have.
Yes.
It's about being purposeful. It's
Yes.
about understanding who you are.
Uh-huh.
And then, like I said,
Yes.
if I'm going to join Institute of Risk Management,
Yes.
who is there?
Aha.
And it takes, yes, you don't get those things. Like in the short, you work very hard
Yes,
for this.
it
And
takes
then you
time.
make sure that the other thing is, you just mentioned it, what value do you add?
Aha.
The moment people start seeing
Value.
Julia, and then they
Yes.
see the value.
Aha.
At Credex,
Yes.
for example, when I'm in that meeting with the credit executives,
Mhm.
what value do I add?
What are you
Those
adding?
are the people that I'm going to say, when they say, listen, nominate
Yes.
the people for this
Come sit in.
awards.
Yeah.
Nominate somebody to come and sit in this. It's like Julia. Julia is very good at strategy.
Because Julia's an enabler.
Yes, because Julia can do this.
Love that.
And Julia has grown this
Yes.
business. We have seen her successfully growing his business from here to there. Then that's how I get all this accolades. Sometimes I don't even talk about them. Like, you know, GIBS has just said congratulations to
I saw the most recent one.
to the one. I'm like, okay. And I didn't really tell you there's another one that is coming.
Oh,
next
there's another
week.
one coming.
Yeah, another announcement that is gonna come next week. I'm just gonna leave it and then, you know.
So GIBS will do it.
No, like
No,
for me,
GIBS
I was
must do it. You're 10 years veteran of GIBS. They must do something.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to post it anyway.
Yeah.
But then it takes long to get there. And you need to be very patient and you need to be very purposeful.
Purposeful and authentic.
Yes. As to what it's not,
Yes.
it's you.
Yes.
What value am I getting out of this?
Yes.
What value are people getting out of that interaction with me?
Love that.
And then be has integrity goes a long way. Don't. That is why if I said to you, okay, listen, we'll do this podcast. For me, I can't say last minute, hey, and that is something really, really,
Really
so
important.
for me, it's
huh?
very key.
Yeah.
You know, people need,
Also with the punctuality, you know these small things.
yeah,
You were very on time.
you know, like
This morning, yes.
people need to know that they can
rely
rely
on you 100%. So that also speaks to your personal branding as well, right? It's
people
part of your
need to
brand.
know that they can rely on you. Julia's not gonna drop me.
Yeah.
If Julia said she will help me with this thing,
Yeah.
she will do it.
Okay. Lovely. We're going to have to cut it short.
Yes, Mia.
You see, an hour goes by very quickly on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sure it feels like 10 minutes, isn't it? So we usually close the episode with 3 questions that we ask all our guests. You've watched episodes, so you know anything. Yeah? Question number 1, what is your biggest win? Looking back, and I know there's been a lot. We spoke about your accolades just now. There's been a lot of wins in your career, in your life. You've got 3 beautiful daughters, husbands. Nice.
And a dog.
And a dog. Okay, I didn't even know.
So calm, my dog. You know,
What has been your biggest win?
my biggest win was being true to who I am, right?
That authenticity.
Yes, that
Yeah.
authenticity and not being, you know, there's so much things that can really move you and distract you from whatever the purpose that you have set for yourself, or whatever the goal that you have set for yourself. For me, I was like, you know what? I have set a goal and this was my goal. And then I have achieved that goal. You know? And, you know, I still have, I mean, sometimes, and it's true, in achieving that goal, things fall apart.
Of course.
So-
Some things, you can't balance
And
everything.
I'm blessed to say I have a strong family structure. Because if it wasn't for that strong family structure,
Everything could
I
have fallen
it could have
apart.
fallen apart. easy.
Yes. Okay.
Because if you don't have that strong support, then, you know, we need it as much as we like to say, can't do it. No, we
I
need
can
it.
do it by myself.
No, we need, for me, that was, you know, I had a goal. I had a strong support structure that enabled me. And then to see myself, you know, getting to a point where I needed to be. But it was like,
Beautiful. I love that. So you built that up for yourself and you're very intentional.
and yes,
It looks
and
like,
also, you know, getting help. You know, where I'm like, I don't understand this thing. I'm like, okay, who in the industry
Yes. That's so tough.
understand this thing and say, please help me. You know, how do I this thing? You know, how do I?
Yeah.
through?
We'll definitely get into
Yeah.
that one at another time, because I know it's something that I've struggled with a lot, and I've seen a lot of people struggle with a lot. This thing of asking for help. Because you get to a point where, I mean, your skills have gotten you to where you are.
Yes.
So you want to be able to rely on them the whole time. But
So we're gonna
at some
think
point,
them.
exactly, that's the thing. At some point, you're going to have to say, look, this one is not mine. Or I can call someone who can make me do
As
it
someone who
better.
has been there,
Yes.
they have failed most, they know.
We'll get into that one another time. Speaking of failure, what was your biggest loss? Or something that didn't work out in your life. And from that, what was the biggest lesson?
For me, is, you know, the networking session that we
That we attended, yes.
Yes. They spoke about life is not linear. It's amazing. And
It's a theme on the podcast, by the way. Yes.
as much as I had a goal,
Yes.
my goal was very linear.
Oh, I'm gonna do this.
Was very linear. I knew exactly what I wanted.
Hey.
I wanted to be a head of a business unit. I got there. I want to be part of Expo, and I got there. But in that, right, I failed to say, you know what? At some point, we might need to
Step back.
And you realize that when you're in an organization, you say, but
Yes.
here,
Yes.
my mental well-being is very
It's more important.
And, as much as this is exciting, as much as this is, I need to step back and then step back. And for me, I took that step back now to say, you know what? Let me take a step back.
Yes.
Let me recoup. Let me, as much as I am where I need to be.
Yeah.
Am I happy there?
That's an important question to ask yourself.
Am I happy there?
Yes. Because that goes with sustainability, which is an important thing. Can you keep this up?
And I think the biggest thing that was, okay, so if I leave this, I mean, this is comfortable, it's nice.
Comfort zone.
But then if I leave this thing and then I don't get back there, would I be able to live, moving into a specialist role? Moving into, because I had been there, I know what it's like to be there. And then for me, that was what the decision that I took to say, even if I take a step back.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I love that. I love that because it requires so much work on yourself.
It does. The thing is,
and
I
awareness.
got where I wanted to be. But
man, is it fulfilling in all the other parts of my life? That's why this is 9 to life and not 9 to 5.
Yes, is it? So, no.
Okay. I'm interested to hear the next question. I love your two answers. This one, and I think I know what you're gonna say actually. If you weren't in risk and in business enablement, what would you be doing with your life?
That's not in risk.
But risk is everywhere again.
I'm gonna tell you something that you will not believe. I was gonna be a priest.
A priest?
Yes.
Wow, you know what I was gonna say? Farmer.
No. No.
Priest.
Yeah.
You'd be spreading the word. Okay. What would that do for you? What is that? What fulfillment does that give you?
It's like in leadership. For me, it's giving people hope.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's for me, it's like giving people hope, because that's where I find peace. When I'm in church, that's where I find peace. That's where I find, when everything feels like it's falling apart and I am there.
Yeah.
And then I feel this hope.
Yes.
Forgive me, Lord, that I've lost hope. So for me, that is for only that person.
Yeah.
To give that broken person
hope.
To say there is hope.
I love that. And I hope you'd be able to work with us further as 9 to Life, because that's what we're trying to do as well, right? We're also trying to give hope to people that might feel like it's hopeless for them. They have a predetermined path in life. They look at their surroundings and say, this is where things ended for me. So this is the same direction that I'm headed. So we're also trying to provide that hope to people and say, no, guys, you can be a superstar, chief credit officer one day.
And that's the thing. And that's what I keep on telling people. That's the reason why I went into leadership. To
hope.
Give these people to say, hey, look, you can also be a chief credit officer. You can be a strategy executive. You can be. Why can't you not be?
Why not?
What is it that you want me to help you to do that?
Love that.
That's how must join UP. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Program, UP mentoring program.
Oh, I was supposed to sign up, but I'll sign up for that thing actually.
Yes, it does. Like giving these people hope.
Yeah.
Because I had Mandla Nene doing that.
Mandla Nkosi Nene? What a superstar. Shout out to him again. Okay. No, thank you so much for coming on to
Thank
the
you for
podcast.
inviting me. I had so much fun.
Nah, thank you for helping us spreading the message of hope. I hope you guys are listening and you took it in, you took some notes, and thank you for sharing your story as well. Trusting us with your story. I know some people like to keep certain things about their life to themselves, so being able to share it on a public platform is something not to be taken lightly. So thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. I had so much fun.
Closing words before we sign off.
You know what? The theme, life is not linear.
It's not linear.
It's not linear.
Hey,
It's a maze.
it's a maze.
You're
navigating your way.
You
through
must
it.
navigate your way. You
Lovely.
fail in it, and when you fail, you need to go back.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end. You need to, sit down and say, okay, what's next? What do I do? And then you'll be amazed. And then ask for help. There are always people who are willing to help you. This one is.
Thank you so much for those closing words. On that note, guys, thank you for tuning in to 9 to Life. Remember to leave a comment, subscribe, and share to someone that you feel like this will be valuable for. Cheers.
Yeah.
Signing out, killing the game. That was so beautiful. Yeah.